Good morning, racing fans, and welcome to the Big T today. Dave Rodman, joined once again by Frank Vespi.
That's whatever that guy's name is.
They started off on a high note, can't even talk, of theracingbiz.com. How are you, Frank?
I'm doing well, Dave. Special guest villain here once again today. Good to be joining you this morning.
Your fans will appreciate that on Twitter.
If I could find one, I'm sure that person will.
All right, today is the big day here at the Big T because it's the Timonium Juvenile, our feature race of the meet, $75,000 guaranteed, but potential for the purse to be much higher if you're but Maryland bred or Maryland sired.
Could go up to $125,000, which is no small thing. We've got a stakes winner in there, a couple of other winners, a couple firsters, so should be really a fun race.
6.5 furlongs. That's race 9 on the 10 race program today. Confidence is high. I like my picks today.
Well, good for you. I'm glad somebody's confidence is high.
Well, it's always high at the beginning of the day, right? If you're here at Timonium at the races, venture toward the State Fair. The first tent you'll see there is Horseland, right?
Horseland, a very cool place. We had an interview. We'll probably air it later today as well with Don Litz, who's down there. You can learn about betting, meet some horses. There's a horse that kisses the kids. So if you got a little boy or girl who wants a horse kiss, Horseland is the place to be. It's a fun place, and the idea of it is to be a segue between the Midway and here at the racetrack, and try and encourage folks to come over from the Midway and enjoy the races.
And aspiring jockeys of all ages too can get the basics of being a jockey, right? They have one of those equicizer type
They've got
horses.
one of those equicizers. I could say that.
Yep.
I swear. Bobby Lillis is down there. Also, Jen Miller.
We're 1-1 in the pronunciations. Frank Vespi and equicizer.
That's it. All the hard words, too much for us.
Right. Okay, let's get to the action today. Timonium at 52 minutes out to post time, a fast track, cloudy skies, a little cooler temperatures, and a really nice day. Come out to the State Fair today. Opener at 1 1/16 and no scratches. It kicks off the early pick 5. 2 pick 5s, just like all the Maryland tracks, with a 12% takeout in the first race. Frank, you went to Moonlight Miss. Yeah, I can see this. A possible gate-to-wire job you're hoping.
Where's the speed in the race? It's the 6-horse Moonlight Miss. The Frock Barn hit the winner's circle yesterday for the first time during the meet. Alex Crispin in the irons. I mean, I think this one goes to the front. It's the one they're going to need to catch, and I got my fingers crossed that they don't.
Well, I mean, she did run a big race at Pimlico back in May, beating only 4 lengths there, showing that early speed. She projected to be in front today. Went back in the Delaware race 2 back in the mud, thinking what maybe happened there. Maybe the saddle slipped and the rider had no control. No, horse just opened up. Really, she was very keen, and then quickly got collared and surrendered, but again, in a stumble last time out, really put her out of the game early. So they're hoping, obviously, for a good break today, and I think they'll be clear.
The question is just going to be whether they can get her to relax enough to carry her speed a little bit farther.
I went to Miss Marino. Here's my turf to dirt angle again. It worked once yesterday, right? 1 out of 2. Claudia, second time Claudia Gonzalez. That was a one-and-done day on the turf there at Pimlico on August the 1st. They ran the first, took the rest of the races off the grass. So a turf to dirt, Claudia does well. He's 30% and a slight positive ROI. So I don't know. I'm just hoping maybe that Moonlight Miss goes to the front and Miss Marino will have enough speed to stalk and wear down in the opener. 6-5-4-2, 2-5-6-4 for me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Miss Marino's a horse who fits. My question with her was just simply her prior dirt form, not good. On the other hand, she looks to be a little bit better horse than she was the last time she was on the main track.
She was 5-2 on the dirt back in another trainer's care back December of 2020, so they had some kind of high hopes for her on the grass. I don't know. It's just projection here. I had a little tough time deciding whether Moonlight Miss is going to stay, Miss Marino's going to like the transition turf to dirt, or whether Meet Michelle will break that seconditis 5 seconds from 21 tries for Miss Michelle, who certainly figures in the mix, and she's the even money morning line favorite.
Yeah, and I think really for me the whole thing with Meet Michelle, a big part of it is the value proposition.
Mm-hmm.
Even money on a horse who's 1 for 20, 1 for 21, as you said, bit of seconditis, also a number of thirds on the ledger. Can she win? Sure she can win. Do you want to take even money on it? I didn't.
All right, second race, no scratches there. Some first-time starting 2-year-olds mixed with horses with a little bit of experience. Interesting angles really all here, and I have no inside info. And we went to the same number in quantity to the inside for Anthony Ferrier. And there was only one reason I went for the horse, and that was the gate work at Charlestown August 13th. 49-4. 9 to 21 works in the morning, but third best gate work of the day.
Yeah, and I mean, I think this is an Oxbow gelding. Oxbow is 7% with 2-year-old firsters. One of the things I like here is I like to see Boca Chica in the irons. I mean, Boca's the best rider at Charlestown, and that he's coming here to ride this horse. I mean, he's here for other reasons as well, but that he's riding this horse seems like at least a little bit of a vote of confidence. Boca and Ferrier do well together, and it's a little bit of a process of elimination kind of race. The horses that have raced haven't shown you enough to be excited about. Maybe a little bit of a price on this one seemed worth the play.
All righty. You used the 7 in the mix. I didn't use it all. Golden Aviator for Michael Gorham. It's a drop. Will that be enough? He had some speed.
That's
half
what
in 47 doesn't thrill me at Delaware, though.
No. I hear you. But the horse was on the lead for the first part of that race. Can be a little fitter today. The Golden Lad is 15% with his 2-year-olds, and this horse is a first foal out of a 5-time winner. Really, the speed. Mike Gorham's a decent trainer. This horse showed some speed. Maybe carries it 4 furlongs today.
Horse I originally had on top. You know how it is. You like one or the other. You have the horse on top. You move it second. And that's the horse that's going to win. Is Prince Pikachu from the Jerry Robb barn. A half to Pikachu Princess. So that means this one should have some early speed. Made from Lucky, the sire was second to American Pharoah, big claim to fame in the Arkansas Derby, and he's only had a few 2-year-olds to run first-time starters, 5 starters, a win and a second. So small sample though, but this horse should have some early speed in the gate. Almost went with him on top, Princess Pikachu.
Yeah, the one question I had there is that one winner, that 2-year-old winner from Made from Lucky, that was going a mile.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And so that gave me a little bit of pause. Jerry Robb, 2 for 22, 2-year-old first-timers maiden claiming. But one of those 2 was yesterday with Sparkle Spritz or whatever that horse is.
The Sparkle horse.
Yep.
Yeah, like that horse yesterday and got pounded late. Much to my chagrin, right?
I think we both had that horse on top, and I think we got 2 to 1.
Yeah. Less, right? I'm not sure. No, the Frock horse was 2 to 1. What was it? 2 to 1?
I think it was maybe 9 to 5, just about. At one point, it was getting. I think at one point it was like 2 to 5.
It was not what we wanted.
No, but we were hoping for better.
A cash is a cash.
We thought we were smarter than that. But
third race, no changes in the third race, and we agree here with that.
Pretty much.
The 6 by Carpe and Carpe Diem gelding, who's pretty quick early. It appears. Kevin Patterson coming to the Big T. Is he going to win? Well, he's had 9 starters in the last 5 years at Timonium and 4 winners.
The thing with Patterson, too, is nobody gets horses better prepared to go right to the lead and go 4.5 furlongs. I mean, his record at Charlestown is stellar. A couple of years ago, he sent a horse here, the name of which escapes me, who was just an absolute rocket going 4 furlongs. This horse is very fast. I went back and watched that last race. The horse that passed this horse was about twice his size.
That's exactly my note. I watched it last night, too. He was a larger, more robust, shall we say, horse than Bye Carpe. It looked 2 to 1 on the video. Really, he looked twice as large.
Enormous compared to him. But no, this horse might be fast enough to clear against this group.
I think so. So, we've got the same 2 horses here, 6-4 on top. Same idea, really. I don't know what to tell you other than that. If the 6 doesn't break and shows speed, then it might be a bad omen for the day.
All right. We may not like our picks so much after that.
Maybe not, right? Fourth race, no changes in the fourth. And kind of a little bit all over here. You've got a way different horse high up on your top pick, and that's Native Courage.
Yeah, I just, this horse, I really like the way the horse is coming into this race. He 3-back, showed speed, got collared fairly early, faded. Next time, carried the speed a little farther. Next time gets the money. I like the improvement. I like the improving buyer figures. Christy Gazier, the trainer, bringing that horse here. And this is the appropriate spot. A horse that wins a maiden special at Charlestown probably needs to be in a 16 never 2 in Maryland for the next start if they're not going to stay home. So I like the way the horse is coming in. I like the spot. That's my story.
Yeah, well, like everyone else, watch races, put horses on your watch list, on your stable mail, whichever you use. And traditionally for 2021, my stable mails were about 2 for 50-something, right? I mean, they used to win. But all of a sudden this weekend, a couple of them did win, which gives me hope for my long shot play of the day, and number 2, Crying for More, who I thought was shuffled out of the mix early, a mile shuffle on the turf. Dropped back, but came again with a mild run down to the inside of the Marzak turf race at Pimlico. Ran against Quist, who was too quick for them, and Spitball. I mean, he ran here yesterday. Look at his PPs. No match at all on the turf for Golden Can. This is easier company, and this looks like a big Timonium setup for a score.
Well, I like it. I like the logic. I like the confidence that you're presenting this with. I use this horse underneath, and this is a horse that won nicely at maiden 25 going back a ways at Laurel. They tried him in tougher company. That didn't work out so well. Now finding the kind of spot that he could show the best effect.
Well, in his last few races, he's had no success, kind of coming from off the pace and a little trouble and whatnot, and various reasons. And he's shown some speed in the past, but I'm a little bit discouraged that your horse inside of me has some early speed. I don't think he'll be on the lead in this spot. Just hoping maybe for not a pace meltdown, but maybe
kind of a stock and pounds
kind of a
trip.
Stock pounds trip.
Yep.
Yeah, at 6, especially at 6.5.
Sure.
Here, just throwing the ball out there to somebody who's not even in the vicinity. Just throw it to the sidelines and out of bounds.
Right. Throw it to a spot. Maybe somebody will run to it.
Crying for More. Okay, let's go to the 5th race. Scratch the 4, Scottsdale. And I went to, a lot of people are going to be going for self-awareness in here. They use 8 to 5 on the morning line and was, 30 cents to $1 last time out?
Yep.
Claimed in for 16, completely stopped, now in for the nickel. Can we trust the form on this horse? Well, I'm going to go for a Natty Bow while everyone else goes for the inside. I'm going to Natty Bow on top here with a good stalking inside trip for Richard Silliman.
Well, you and I are both trying to beat the favorite here. And
I think that's the object, right, in this race.
I agree with you. The huge drop, this is the sort of horse that if you take the chalk here, the horse might win, but in the long run, you're kind of setting yourself up to get beaten up. I like Natty Bow. I use Natty Bow underneath a little bit. This horse has had pretty decent form, has been running at CT, so the bull ring shouldn't be an issue. I think there's plenty to like. I ended up going with the 9 horse here, Salmon Sai, who is 20 to 1 morning line because, well, why the heck not? I feel like this horse had run a couple of good efforts. I'm willing to give it at a big price, which is what I'm hoping to get. I think Donnie Barr is a good trainer. I'm willing to give this horse another shot. Was favored last time, didn't run at all. Really hasn't run at all the last couple. I'll give him one more try here at a big price.
Yeah, that race 3 back, good race, decent number, a good setup, 21-4, 45-1. So I would think he's probably going to hope for a good pace in front of him, especially given that outside draw here. He's got a long run down the stretch to the first turn here at the Big T with 6.5, though. So hopefully he can get over, save a little bit of ground while others do battle early on. So, object is we're trying to beat the favorite. Can we? We'll see.
We'll
9,
try.
1, 2, 6, 2, 5, 1, 6 in the 5th. Race 6, Wesley Ho on the 4 got your number in race 6. And here we go, Madam Mina. Keith Fustel makes 1 to 2 on the morning line. Is it too good to be true? Is it a free square? And your pick 5, your pick 6, your pick everything's?
Dave, you and I clearly both got to the same place, which is it is not a free square. It's worth taking a shot against, and that's what we both did here. And I don't have that page of my PPs, but I can tell you what I look. Is Madam Mina a better horse than these? Yes,
yes,
clearly. But she's been away for 6 months. I went back and I looked. Jamie Ness he's a win machine. He's got a great record everywhere. He's the leading trainer at Parks. He's the leading trainer at Delaware. He's about 15% bringing horses off layoffs like that. That's a pretty good record. His record with horses that are odds on off this kind of layoff is 2 for 9, which is good, but it's 2 for 9 with odds on horses. That's not. It tells you, one, I think the betting public thinks this horse is going to come back probably and be the horse she was, and two, it shows you how hard it is to bring horses back off the layoff and have them be as good as they were. And so, is this horse going to probably be the best of these in a race or 2 or 3? Yeah, for sure. Now's the chance to try to beat her.
Yeah, especially when you have a horse like Paisley Singing in here, our top pick from the Frock Barn, who's run against Hello Beautiful and Chub Wagon. Needless to say, some huge class relief. Hello Beautiful 8 for 16 lifetime. Chub Wagon finally felt the sting of defeat the other day at Parks, but still ran a 92 Beyer figure, which is the figure that she had run in winning previous races prior to that defeat. So it was really not a disgraceful effort for Chub Wagon. But again, there's no Chub Wagons, no Hello Beautifuls in here.
That's
and with off-the-shelf Madam Mina at a short price, we wound up in the same animal.
Yep. No, I think that this is, for the betting public, for the person who's maybe coming to the Big T for the first time or whatever, this is the kind of race where you try to beat the favorite. You got a super strong favorite who has some vulnerability. Now's the chance to take a swing.
All righty, let's go to the 7th, scratch the 1. Arrow 1. It leaves a field of 5 going a mile and a 16th with Ties Life. Postina on the 2 Money in the Banksy. And it was kind of back and forth in this race. I like your horse, Tales of Saratoga. Perhaps if he can grab the early lead, go all the way. I'm a little suspect. First, I have to get to the race. Here it is.
A little suspect of which race we're on.
A little suspect of where I am. Of the claim obviously was for a reason, right? To go to New York to run in the
stake.
Stallion Series Stakes. He's 29-1 in that race. Now he's back in for 16. It doesn't exude a lot of confidence to me, but maybe he'll, with a shortened field, I guess he's got a chance to either go to the lead or stalk a little bit in their spot.
Yeah, my theory was a couple things here. Obviously they like this horse enough to take him up to the stake.
Yep.
Yes, he got throttled, but it shows a little bit of confidence to do that with a horse that was coming out of Maiden Claiming Company. So I thought that was a positive. Also gets Lasix back on today. Horacio De Paz, a good trainer. He knows what he's doing. I think he can potentially move this horse forward. And I think if he can move this horse forward, 8-1 looks like a pretty attractive price to me.
Yeah, if they win, they get the purse. They them claim back for 16 or whatever. I guess they're happy. They haven't had him for that long.
Right.
But I went to a horse that's turf to dirt here again. Here we go. Awesome again out of Seeking the Silver. Prince of Caps is a half to Paula Silver Lining. It was a multiple grade 1 winner at 7 furlongs on the dirt. I mean, this horse should like the dirt. Second time in the Claudio Barn. I don't think they had this horse very long in that first run, July 30th at Pimlico, it appears to me. I mean, he ran July 9th and he switches barns. And since then, he's come back with 2 works at Pimlico, and the most recent one there, August 21st, a little sharper there, 48 and change for the morning. So maybe he's sharpening up like a pencil. He should like the dirt, being the half to who he is there, Paula Silver Lining. So taking a little shot that his dirt pedigree is going to shine through. I know he hasn't run well in the dirt before, but that was pre-blinkers, before his blinkers.
And his most recent dirt try was really not bad. It was against Maiden 40s. He ran okay.
Yeah. Actually, he did run on the dirt once, race off the turf with blinkers, and he finished 4th. 66 Beyer figure. Would that be good enough to win?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it sure would. Okay, I feel better now.
All right, I'm here for you, Dave.
All right.
You know that.
8th race, no changes in the 8th on the program, and we have 2 Claudios and an ex-Claudio.
And I'm going to go off the board with Carlos Mencia, Butter Pecan, 2 horse. I guess I felt like there was enough speed in here that this horse could get a stock and pounds kind of trip. Like the 2, but don't like that last race. Not quite sure what happened there. 2 prior to that were quite good, I thought, and maybe we got the setup today at 10 to 1.
Yeah,
maybe a 10 to 1 we get the setup.
She was on my watch list. She's never been beyond 7 furlongs.
What's the question?
The thing that kills me is I really thought I loved her last time out at Pimlico, and yeah, she didn't pick up her feet at all.
No, not at
but
all.
the race before at Delaware was quite strong at 19 to 1. I mean, a huge sweeping move, good late energy there, going 6. Will that translate to the 2-turn mile? 1, 2, 3-turn mile.
3-turn mile. However many turns we got here.
3-turn mile at the Big T.
Yeah, no, that's obviously the question with Butter Pecan is the distance, and can she find that better form earlier? Whereas a horse like your horse, Mitt Mazel, is coming in off a good race.
Mitt Mazel, I think, maybe is the speed of the speed. Tossing out the sloppy track run at Monmouth, going back to that race at Pimlico, June 27th. Pretty quick pace for that group and that level. I think he's going to show it again today. And, if he does, she does go a little bit too quick on the dirt, then Claudio's got another one in here. And Fool Yourself, Turf to Dirt, who's run okay and won on the dirt before for Claudio, and Fool Yourself, who's in really good form right now. She's looking for 4 straight wins for owner Robert Bone and Claudio.
Yeah, you can't ignore a horse that's won 3 straight. I mean, you just gotta consider that horse.
The Taylor's Chrome was previously trained by Gonzalez, apparently a private purchase, I would guess, for the Snake Rock Barn, a 16-length win at Monmouth. I mean, what a win that was. I mean, she was way in front of the field. Will she mix it up with Mitt Mazel up front and set it up for a Fool Yourself, or maybe your Butter Pecan stretching out to 2 turns? The more I look at the race, the more I'm getting a little confused here.
I found this race, you had initially said you thought it was a fairly simple race. I struggled with this one a little bit, and I found it a little bit inscrutable.
Well, yeah, now that we're talking pace, we'll see. 9th race, the Timonium Juvenile feature of the meet. Scratch the 1, King Saiben, and a 5, Minecrafter. And it's all about slots, baby. Slots. I'm going to slots here. Hated the off track at Monmouth. Pretty, pronounced really when you look at the video. But this horse has always had some kind of funny head action, and no blinkers still. But he's running as Mr. Mox and Buff Hello. They used him on top today. Slots. And you went a different direction, and I can see this horse for sure. Looking for a 3-for-3 record now. A son of Divining Rod, who is a 12th first crop sire nationally. Standing there at Country Life Farm. Locomotive.
This horse, Locomotive, the 6 horse, won at first asking, came right back to win a turf stake, the Hickory Tree at Colonial Downs. I talked to John Salzman Jr., the trainer, and he told me a couple of things. He said, look, I don't know that this horse really liked the turf all that much, but gets back to the dirt, which is what he wanted. And he also told me that this horse, like all the Salzman horses, was training here at Timonium. He said this horse loves it here. And so, he went to Laurel with the rest of their horses when Laurel opened up and fires a bullet work on the 21st. 2 for 2, stakes winner. I'll take it.
I like the fact that he's shown versatility in both starts. One a little off the pace and one pressing the pace from dirt to turf. That's a tough thing to do.
Especially for a young horse.
Yep. A little, he's certainly one that I won't leave out. The 4 in here, I'm using on the ticket as well as you. That's a maiden, Addie's Laddie TNT. I thought we were in a dynamite second. As a maiden, closed against what really was the lone speed of the race, Synergy Star, who actually came out of the Colonial Stakes there. The Hickory Tree, the Locomotive, won to score maiden in gate-to-wire fashion. But Addie's Laddie TNT was making up ground and making it up gamely at 5.5 furlongs on an off track today. Gets another furlong and gets a fast track. This horse looks like he's got some talent.
Absolutely terrific effort on debut. I like the horse a little bit here too. Obviously needs to improve, but second start of his career, every right to improve.
All right, 2, 4, 6, 8.
Who do we appreciate?
We appreciate Frank Vespi's pick, 6842.
And we appreciate the betting public for paying attention here and betting on Timonium.
Right. And let's go to race 10. Scratch the 9, heated battle in the 10th race of the day. I'm going for a blinkers on angle here and Ferocious Storm. And you went the other way. I mean, I could have gone for Francis X, who's certainly a little classier, given races in the winter at Laurel, second race after the layoff.
Yeah, Francis X finds the slow. That I could say that too. Finds the lowest level of his career here in for 10. He had run, he hasn't run great races. His best race though was at 40. I'm hoping maybe Donnie Bart can find whatever this horse was showing at the very beginning of his career here today, finding this much easier group of horses than he's been seeing.
Yeah, my pick, your pick. 5 and the 6, they both come out of the common race 14 days ago, Cranston's Network race. Ferocious Storm made the lead and it's kind of surrendered and stopped in the stretch, but blinkers go on. The barn with a small sample, only 4 horses. They've done it twice before out of 4 tries with blinkers on.
That's a nice stat. I hadn't picked that up.
Yeah.
That's a good one right there, the Allison Delgado barn. So, there's with the blinks on, the horse can carry his speed a little bit farther, and that might make a big difference here at the Big T.
Yeah, High Tolerance and Outside the Box are 2 horses you may remember if you're as crazy and sick as I am.
If you're a degenerate like we are.
I remember Outside the Box, right? Yeah, that horse has run recently. So, I went 5-6, ranked
6-5.
6-5. Yeah, underneath. Any ideas for maybe blow-ups or anything underneath? I couldn't come up.
I would say this is a race I would not. If any of these horses really gets bet down, I'd be leery of that. I mean, there is not much difference between these horses. So sometimes a horse gets lost by the betting public, but
the only other positive I could come up with would be Malibu Circle. I threw him in 2 races. 2 horses have come out of that race. Native Courage. That's your horse, right? Earlier today.
That is my
okay. There have been
horse
2
earlier
winners
today.
out of that race. Out of that maiden special weight race at Charlestown for Malibu Circle.
Yep, that's
2
right.
back. Other than that, we're really, really digging. And
I used 4-on-7, the 7 horse a little bit here, just on the theory that second start was for this group not bad. The last one was a clunker, okay. Stretching out from 5.5 to 6.5 in 2 turns, this horse maybe can sort of rediscover that better form.
I know you love Frank Vespi and the RacingBiz.com,
Dave.
but Collie Francois will be here. Don't panic.
Don't panic. You don't have to look at me only. It gets better.
It gets better. They'll be back with a closer look at all the races today. They'll have interviews and just a lot of things going on here at Timonium.
One quick ad before we go here. Hall of Fame Day at Timonium. We are inducting 3 horses into the Maryland Thoroughbred Hall of Fame. We'll have more about that, but J.O. Tobin, Conniver, and Devil's Bag. So pretty cool stuff happening at Timonium. If you're in the area, come visit.
After the 3rd race, right?
Correct.
Okay. Have a great day, everybody.
Good luck at the Big T.
Good luck.